Hey everybody, Mike McElroy here with Coast Realty, coming at you with our March market update for Chicago's West Loop neighborhood. It's been a month since we checked in, and boy, what a difference a month makes. Obviously, the coronavirus has upended everything about daily life, and the real estate market is no different. Just when we were kind of getting ahead of steam going into the spring market, the coronavirus showed up and changed a lot of that. So we're going to talk today about how that's affected the market, what that means for buyers, what that means for sellers, and how you can interpret this information to make the best decisions for yourselves and your families. Before we get into it, a quick update. I do want to let you know that according to the executive order that came out a few weeks ago, the stay home order, real estate services are allowed to continue. That said, everyone is being a lot more careful. We're not doing open houses, obviously. The only people going on showings are people who've already seen virtual tours, video walkthroughs, and they're seriously considering buying this place. So obviously that's had a big impact on the market. So let's jump into that. First, let's talk to home sellers. So just to zoom out for a second, home prices are down, depending on how you want to slice it, 5 to 6%. From their peak in the West Loop. That peak happened in late 2018. And like I said, we were just building up a head of steam again, and coronavirus happened. It's definitely not going to help, but the good news is it's not going to last either. If you are on the market right now, the good news is we've actually still seen plenty of buyers making strong offers on our listings. Just anecdotally, that's what we're seeing. Strong offers are coming in on our listings right now. Now, that said, if you can wait a month or two before you have to put your home on the market, that wouldn't be such a bad idea right now. Demand is down significantly. It's down about 35-40% in terms of the number of contracts in March compared to March of last year. So we've seen some pretty significant decreases in demand. The good news is supply has decreased as well, but not quite as much. So that's why it's not quite the normal spring market that you would see where sellers are really more in the driver's seat. So if you need to sell now, not a big deal. We can make it work. There are systems in place to do this safely. And again, it's not a terrible market for sellers right now. It does seem like it's still spring. That said, I think later this year, at some point, we're going to get kind of a second half of the spring is going to show up late. So it's almost like we came out of the winter slow season, hit the spring market in full stride, just like we normally do. In fact, even better than the past year or two. And then all of a sudden we're back to the winter. So it's now that time between Thanksgiving and New Year's when I tell people now is a great time to be getting your home ready for sale. And we'll list it as soon as the demand is there. That's kind of what things are like right now. The only difference is we don't know exactly when that demand is going to be back, but we think it's going to be sometime between June and September. But at some point it is going to snap back. So definitely be checking in here regularly if you're thinking about selling. We'll keep you updated on that. All right, I'm going to talk to my home buyers now. Mortgage rates are really cheap, and there are some good deals in the West Loop right now. So if you're feeling secure in your job and you were planning on buying a home this year, if this is the time for you, what I would be doing right now is spending a lot of time looking online. Align yourself with a good agent who can kind of help you understand what the good deals are. And if you see something that checks all of your boxes, now could still be a good time to go after that listing. Obviously, we're going to be more careful. We're going to ask the agent for like a video walkthrough first or some kind of Matterport virtual tour. One potential silver lining if you're a home buyer in all of this is we've still been seeing some West Loop home sellers kind of clinging to that 2018 price and not dropping their prices more in line with the market. Maybe that will change now and there'll be some more opportunities for home buyers. So again, there's going to be a point at which demand snaps back. We don't know exactly when that is going to be. If you're trying to time the bottom, you might potentially kind of burn yourself there. So what I would do again is just be looking online, look for opportunities. Last thing for home buyers and home sellers, this situation is changing more rapidly than makes sense to have a monthly update. So we are digging into the numbers actually on a daily basis, and we're updating about once a week on our other blog post, which we're linking to in this blog post that talks about how the coronavirus specifically is affecting the Chicago real estate market. We're talking about about how it's affecting day-to-day operations. We're talking about how it's shifting the landscape of supply and demand. And we're talking about how it's affected other countries and other markets in the United States so that we can see what might be in store for Chicago in the coming days. Because again, remember, we're behind a lot of these other parts of the world in terms of how much this pandemic has impacted our market. Keep checking in with us. Like I said, we'll keep updating that blog post, and we'll be back here next month with another full month of real estate numbers to report so you can see how this is affecting the West Loop Chicago real estate market.